up? We're hanging out at the Brisk booth here at ComplexCon Chicago. I'm Olga, this is Khal. And we're with some guy who had to Google him real quick. Roman Reigns.
Look it up.
Like we just met him. They said he was here.
It's a big deal, big deal. One half of the Graveyard Dogs, man. What was that experience like?
It was awesome. I'm not a new performer, but I'm from the new generation of these performers, and I'm one of the very few that have been able to interact with The Undertaker in the ring. I've been one of the few to be able to be in that ring when he makes his entrance, so it's a whole new paint job when that gong hits. And you just learn from so many different things of watching him and just seeing how his pacing, his poise, his cadence, all of that, you know. But the most important thing for me was to make sure that he was feeling it out there. When we're in Philly at Extreme Rules, whooping everyone's ass, you could see it. You could see that confidence. You could see that swagger come out that only the dead man can show in his own way, and it was really nice to see that.
Speaking of whoop ass, there's I don't have a can of it, but
everywhere. Boom!
Whoop ass.
Talk about this. Talk about this collaboration with Brisk. I know there's a commercial that's coming out. Talk about that experience.
Yeah, so Brisk, they kind of just went off the theme, fuel your creativity, and what they did is they held this creativity contest, and a young talented creator, someone who's looking to be in the film business, possibly direct, you know, to tell his story. They had a competition on who could come up with the best digital ad commercial for us, and my man was Evans Alexander. I'll give you a little insight. I think to him, kind of the theme was the sword and the stone situation, so that's why you'll kind of go through the process and you'll see all these different brothers trying to open this can, but only one's got the combination.
That's the real Joe.
Right there. Yes, sir.
The real Joe.
So what was it like, since you're talking about movies, what was it like walking onto the set? It's like your first big movie. Did you get any tips? Was it like, what's harder, cutting the promo or coming out here and making sure you hit your lines?
For sure, cutting the promo, I would say. It was a different vibe being on set, and obviously getting used to just performing in front of, you know, this person, that person, your coworkers. But when you're in a live, you know, environment where people can react and do anything that they want, you know, they can throw you off their game. They, you suck, and you're like, oh God, I do suck, and what do I need to say now? I forgot. So I think the live performance and just dealing with that simultaneous reaction can be a little different. But the cool thing about film is, like, and the way Dwayne explained it is, dude, everybody here is here to make you look special. You know what I mean? And that's everyone's initiative here. All the way to the way we shoot it. You know what I mean? So, you know, they're shooting back here. I'm gonna practice like 20 times, and then they flip it. The real star leaves, and then it's my time to shine. You know what I mean? But by then, I'm ready to go. So I would say, yeah, by far, being able to just limbo through a live reaction, a live promo, and then on top of that, the physicality behind it or flowing through it. You know what I mean? That's a hell of a job. A promo, a match, and then another promo.
Yeah.
You over here.
That's a lot.
Give me a minute, and I'm gonna.
So it's all real. You're going, listen, when I come out there, like,
I'm just gonna pace for a while and try to look cool for a minute.
That's the secret science. You kind of
sure, I think everyone does it kind of their own way. But for me, I think the realer, the better. And you already know, if you get in a fight, you're gonna blow up. You know, check out the internet right now. 2 minutes, people are dying. They're breathing hard. We wrestle for 15, 20, 30 minutes, and then you still have to talk, you know, and be presentable at that point, be able to enunciate and everything. So it definitely comes with a lot of practice, a lot of conditioning to be able to get to that point, and a bit of grooming as well.
Hobbs Shaw, August 2nd, first big movie. Did you get bit by the acting bug? You trying to get into some more roles at some point soon?
I'd say, I've been bit by the acting bug for sure, but like, I think with just what's happened with me over the past year, with my health, being pulled away from the ring, I'm always gonna have that love. That process that I just explained about being live and being as raw as possible, and if something happens, you can shake and bake and make it what you need it. You know what I mean? There's something about having that ad-lib and that free range, and that when it comes down to it's live, and nobody stopped me now, you know what I mean? So I'm still in love with that aspect of the business, with that aspect of performing. But I would say there's a future for sure. Right? You don't fall down, and you can do 2 takes. You know? So definitely something to work towards.
Okay, so if you like the live aspect, would you do theater
just about to use that, man. And we were thinking the same way.
Yes.
I would definitely do, I think, you know, anytime you can try something new, anytime you can pull yourself out of your wheelhouse, it's growing pains. You're gonna get better. It might suck at the time, but I can't tell you how many times I sucked and I hated what was happening, but I came out of it better. I was like, man, you know what I'm never gonna do again? What I just did.
Word.
Exactly. So like, sometimes you gotta learn by fire, and I've done far more embarrassing things. I've done worse things than theater, so as long as they're not throwing me through that actual stage, I'm good to go. I'll give it a try, but Cats. We'll all sign up for Cats.
Cats 2.
Yes, sir.
Cats 2.
Two Cats, Too Furious.
You mentioned, you know, being pulled away from wrestling. You've been, you know, in the ring the last couple months. How are you feeling physically? You feeling?
Feel good, man.
You're back where you were beforehand?
I think I'm doing a little bit better, actually, just because I'm so much more focused on my health. I'm so much more focused on me as an individual and just making sure that I stay in a place where I can continue to help others. I think I got, you know, before I took my leave, I got to the point where I just strictly thought about my family, and I was just so focused on, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to be here, you can't be late, you know what I mean? Take a break, are you kidding me? So now I listen to myself, I trust myself a lot more to know and have faith in the program that you got to take one day, you got to take a week. It's better than having to take 6 months. So sometimes you got to pull back, hit the brakes a little bit, reassess where you're at, and then attack. So it's all going really positive. But you know, through this process, I learned to be grateful, enjoy the little things, enjoy these little moments of conversations, of relationships, and hopefully, you know, with the grace of God, everything will be fine.
What do you do when you're cooling out? Are you knitting? Are you cooking? Or like, what's your like de-stress unplug?
It's always with my kids. I love being around my kids, and like sometimes I look at them like I'm the most boring dad because I just like being in the living room. I just like, you know what I mean, I'll pick them up, play with them, cuddle with my daughter, watch movies. But I've been cooking a lot lately, actually, and I think that ties back into the health and just making sure, you know what I mean, especially with the schedule, thinking ahead, planning, and making sure I'm getting the proper stuff going through me, the proper fuel. So I've spent a lot more time in the kitchen this past couple months, and hopefully you can tell.
You taking over Thanksgiving dinner now?
No way. My wife and her sisters and my mother-in-law, they are me in the kitchen, yeah. So nobody does soul food like them.
There you go.